It's a joy to be here today for the launch of the Center for Character and Values. It's probably been a centerpiece of my father's vision for what it means to be a part of any society, but especially a free society. I think not only did he care so much about gratitude, but he saw it as the glue that keeps civilization or people together. And that as a consequence, there might then arise a kind of a joint gratitude. That would be the greatest accomplishment we would hope would come from this.
The Nightly Virtues programme is a programme that's essentially built around this key idea of recognising the educational relevance of moral virtues and qualities of character that can be associated with classical notions of knightly virtues. So the programme has 8 virtues: humility, honesty, love, service, courage, justice, self-discipline and gratitude. And what this programme seeks to do for 9 to 11-year-olds is come up with an interpretation of those moral virtues and qualities of character that they're able to understand. The Nightly Virtues programme needed to be applied within 2 schools that acted as our pilots. And what we wanted to do was to choose 2 contrasting schools to recognise the diversity of school context that we have within England. And so the first pilot school, Ilam Church of England Primary School, was in a very rural location within Derbyshire. And the second pilot school, at St Bridget's Roman Catholic Primary School, was in a much more urban context, based within the city of Birmingham. The next challenge for the team from the Jubilee Centre for Character and Values at the University of Birmingham was to identify a series of narratives that would be perfect for animating these virtues and providing the springboard for these pupils to critically consider these virtues for their own lives. And so we have within the programme a range of classic tales. The first of these is taken from the fantastic legend of King Arthur, and it's the tale of Gareth and Lynette. The second story is El Cid, the historical Spanish knight from the 11th century. The third is one of the all-time greatest literary classics, and it's Don Quixote. The fourth story is from William Shakespeare, The Merchant of Venice. So the Nightly Virtues programme recognises the power of storytelling as a fantastic way of engaging pupils creatively and imaginatively in thinking about issues of virtue and qualities of character. And what we've recognised within the programme to be a key element is the power of the teachers telling the stories to the children, and the children having the chance to listen with each other. What's been brilliant to see has been the teachers' skill and capacity to be able to not only tell these stories, but to tease out from the stories fantastic moments of engagement with issues of virtue.
I like all the stories.
All the different characters were really brave in their own ways, and they all inspired me really.
I liked the one with Gareth and Lynette because Gareth was really honest and very patient.
Where Gareth kept on fighting the 3 knights. When he was fighting them, he didn't give up, he just kept on going on.
And what did that teach you?
To not be afraid of what events will be coming at you.
Don Quixote one because everyone thought he was crazy, and he was a bit crazy, but then he got nice in the end.
Don Quixote, he showed lots of courage and lots of imagination.
I think we're really keen to capture children's perceptions of who they aspire to be and who influence them, but also giving them a framework and looking at inspirational figures in the past that maybe they could identify with and help them to reflect and think about their own lives.
To see how some of the children who had just not had any exposure to these kind of narratives before, how they responded and really got involved and sucked into these stories, and just to see the sense of wonder, it was just marvellous.
I'm really glad that I've taken part in it. I feel that it's had a massive positive impact on the children. It's been very nice to have an opportunity to be able to introduce the children to a wide range of literature whilst looking from a values perspective at the same time. Lots of our children don't get exposed to those sorts of narratives, be it either not at home or just we don't get an opportunity to do it in the curriculum. But when you're preparing them for a world outside of the education system, they need skills, values and an understanding and appreciation for far more than just a basic education.
Well, I've got a very feisty, already strong-minded group of children who already have lots of ideas about the world, and that has come through. They've responded really well. They've engaged with the virtues, they've had their own ideas, they've brought in new virtues that I might not have included, like loyalty, and they've got their own opinions about it. I think they've really learned something and used it themselves.
They were able to pick up, obviously, and relate which were the key values, and then be able to relate them very easily to the text with different characters, often drawing on key values that I hadn't even anticipated that they would.
And I love the learning journals. I think they have taken ownership of those learning journals. They've really taken them seriously. They put serious things in them, and they really have made them a part of what they're learning.
They're very aware of things in life that they know that they should be thankful for. We do a lot of work about children who are less fortunate than ourselves. They're very reflective on it.
The most transformative thing to happen is for young people to engage with values, to critically engage with values, and then to decide themselves what kind of person they want to be and how they're going to form their character. And I think that having done this programme, it will be much easier to come back to that learning in real life. If an incident happens in the playground, or if somebody feels something is unjust in class, then using that framework of virtues that they've looked at would help them discuss it, and it would give them the foundation to do that.
What we're really hoping is that the legacy of this programme will be a generation of children that have the language of virtue embedded within their worldview. And what we're also hoping is that there will be, from this programme, a renewed interest and engagement with classical tales of old that we all can see have timeless virtues and important moral decisions and dilemmas for us to learn through engaging with.
It will probably teach me how to act around people.